Another day, another massive lawsuit.
Illinois homebuyers file second commission lawsuit, and it may be the largest one yet.
The lawsuit is named Batton 2.
A lawsuit here from the buyer's side,
seeking a class action status against Compass, EXP, Redfin, Weichert, United Real Estate, and Howard Hanna.
Batton 2, the mother of all commission lawsuits.
On Halloween 2023, the $1.8 billion Sitzer-Burnett verdict targeted the who's who of American real estate. Behemoths like NAR, Redfin, and Keller Williams, among others, eventually agreed to pay over $943 million. The home sellers have won their battle. The NAR settlement took effect on August 17, 2024, making it absolutely clear that agents' commissions are negotiable and have always been. But the drama is far from over. In May, certain home buyer plaintiffs tried to block the settlements reached by Keller Williams, Anywhere, and RE/MAX. Let's investigate Batton 1 and Batton 2.
This video is brought to you by Houzeo, America's most advanced home buying and selling platform. Americans across the nation are saving on commissions with Houzeo.com. You can too. Check out Houzeo.com on the web or the Houzeo mobile app.
In October 2020, a regular home buyer set out to find his dream home. He found it in Eaglewood, New Jersey for $612,000. Judah Leader hired a RE/MAX agent to help him negotiate the deal. The listing agent came from Sotheby's International Realty. Leader's agent took a 2% cut, or $12,240. Typically, agents split the commission equally, so the total commission was likely $24,480. In the MLS, sellers were required to offer commission to the buyer's agent. This means the seller had to foot the bill for both agents. As a buyer, Leader thought this deal would be a win, but something felt off. All those fees would eventually get rolled into the final sale price. What really bothered Leader was being excluded from the commission fee negotiations. So he sued. In January 2021, Leader sued NAR, RE/MAX, and others, accusing them of inflating prices through the cooperative compensation policy. But the case was thrown out on a technicality. Since the seller paid both agents, Leader was not the direct purchaser of the agent's services. Leader withdrew from the case, but the story did not end there. Another home buyer, Maya Batton, took over as class representative, and it became the Batton 1 lawsuit. Like Leader, Maya Batton was unhappy with her home buying experience. In July 2020, Batton used a buyer agent to purchase a home listed on the RealTracs MLS in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. The home sale price? $399,900. The listing agent was from Reliant Realty based in Nashville. Batton's agent was from Villa Home, Tennessee. The buyer agent commission was 3%. The listing agent charged about 2 to 3%, bringing the total commission costs to $23,994. Maya did not like this, so when Leader withdrew, Batton became the primary plaintiff and refiled the Batton 1 suit in November 2022. 7 other disgruntled home buyers have joined her. The plaintiffs. Each Batton plaintiff bought a property through NAR-affiliated MLSs between 2020 and 2022. Aaron Bolton bought a home in Florida through Stellar MLS for $532,000 with a 2% agent commission. Homes by West Bay Realty represented the seller, and Property Holdings Realty Group represented Bolton. Do-Yeon Irene Kim bought a home in Orlando, Florida through Stellar MLS for $115,000 with 2.5% agent commission. Preferred Real Estate Brokers represented the seller, and Exit Realty Central represented Kim. Theodore Bisbicus bought a property in Chelsea, Massachusetts through MLS Spin for $650,000 with 2% agent commission. Coleman Real Estate represented the seller, and Property Cousins represented Bisbicus. Daniel Parsons bought a home in Rio Rancho, New Mexico through SWMLS for $315,700 with 3% agent commission. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services New Mexico listed the property. Michael Brace from Wichita, Kansas bought a home in 2020 through SCK MLS. Anna James from Greensboro purchased her home in 2022 through Triad MLS, and James Mullis from Henderson, Nevada got his home in 2020 through GLVAR MLS. Together, they're fighting some really big guys.
I was just telling you were too swift or whatever. How come you're all turned around?
The defendants. The usual suspect leads the pack in Batton 1, the National Association of Realtors. Next, we have some of the biggest real estate brokerages in the US. Keller Williams, Home Services of America, RE/MAX, Anywhere Real Estate, Berkshire Hathaway Affiliates, HSF Affiliates, and the Long & Foster Group. And here comes the plot twist. Batton 1 plaintiffs wanted more than one lawsuit. The same home buyers have filed a second case. The mother of all lawsuits, the Batton 2 suit. The Batton 2 lawsuit is huge, $1 trillion huge. It's the biggest commission lawsuit filed so far. The case was filed on the 2nd of November 2023 in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Illinois, Eastern Division. This suit targets a new set of defendants and leaves out NAR. Defendants: Compass Inc., eXp World Holdings, Redfin Corporation, Weichart Realtors, and United Real Estate Group. Douglas Elliman and Howard Hanna were on the list but have been voluntarily dismissed by the plaintiffs. So what's the beef? The allegations. Homebuyer plaintiffs have made 4 major allegations. Count 1. Antitrust violations. The plaintiffs accuse the defendants of conspiring to restrain trade, violating Section 1 of the Sherman Act. Count 2. Unfair competition. Plaintiffs allege that implementing anti-competitive rules and practices in NAR MLSs has harmed competition in the real estate market. Count 3. Consumer protection violations. The plaintiffs claim that the defendants permitted the misrepresentation of buyer agent services as free. They also restricted the disclosure of total commissions to consumers and inflated buyer agent commissions. Count 4. Unjust enrichment. The plaintiffs say that the defendants benefited from artificially inflated commissions by requiring blanket unilateral offers of compensation to buyer agents, prohibiting disclosure of total commissions on NAR MLS listings, and the filtering of MLS listings based on offered commissions. The demands. The Batton plaintiffs want class action status, a jury trial, and monetary damages. However, the 2 suits will represent 2 different groups of homebuyers. Batton 1 will represent the nationwide class of homebuyers. This includes all individuals who purchased a home from an MLS affiliated with the NAR since December 1, 1996. The plaintiffs want the defendants to change their commission practices. Batton 2 represents the damages class, which means they want money. This class will represent homebuyers in specific states who have used any NAR MLS since December 1, 1996. That's millions of home buyers. No wonder the lawsuit comes with a $1 trillion price tag. The judge. Meet Judge Andrea Wood, leading the Batton 1 case. Born in 1973 in St. Louis, Wood graduated with honors from the University of Chicago and earned her law degree from Yale by 1998. In 2013, President Obama appointed her to the federal bench, making her the youngest district court judge ever. Judge Wood is a no-nonsense judge. When the Batton plaintiffs tried to disrupt the Sitzer-Burnett settlement, she shut down all attempts, calling it neither necessary nor appropriate. However, she wants to merge Batton 1 and Batton 2 under her jurisdiction. And this isn't Wood's first rodeo. She is at the helm of the OG Commission lawsuit, Morrell vs. NAR. Watch our in-depth analysis of this lawsuit here. The legal teams. The plaintiffs have hired St. Louis-based law firm Corin Tillery's Randall P. Ewing Jr. Randall brings a strong track record in high-profile federal and state cases. Ewing is proving to be a formidable advocate for the Batton plaintiffs. He even argued that the settlement class in the Sitzer-Burnett case from the beginning purported to represent only home sellers who paid a broker commission. Joining Ewing are attorneys George A. Zelks, Ryan Z. Cortazar, Michael E. Kleinov, and Carol O'Keefe. The defendants have their own powerhouse team. Leading NAR's defense is Ethan Glass. Glass is a seasoned antitrust attorney at Cooley. He has a solid track record and has even faced off against the DOJ, FTC, and veteran judges. However, his luck turned in the Sitzer-Burnett case where he lost to personal injury lawyer Michael Ketchmark. Will the defendants' attorneys do better in the homebuyer lawsuits? For now, they are fighting hard to get the lawsuit thrown out. Their experience with the Sitzer-Burnett verdict has hopefully lit a fire in them. Whose side are you on? Tell us in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.